One of the most common printer-related complaints is that ink is too expensive. You can pour a lot of money into replacing ink cartridges, which all too frequently have modest capacities and deplete quickly, particularly on most 4 and 5 ink cartridge printer models. Generally, the more expensive the printer, the lower its ink costs will be, and often budget price home inkjet printers and all-in-ones have the highest costs per printed page, bringing to mind the old strategy of giving away the razor to fleece you on the blades. Is refilling your HP ink cartridges, purchasing aftermarket third-party cartridges, or signing up for HP's Instant Ink program the better deal? Let's look at the HP Instant Ink program and real-world numbers based on my own experience over the past few years. It comes as no surprise that more consumers are wondering what's the HP Instant Ink program and if it's a service even worth subscribing to. People who buy an HP printer most of the time find the HP's Instant Ink program thrust upon them since it's now included as part of the default printer setup. Most folks skip the research on what it's really about along with the monthly bill that regularly hits your checkbook. The HP Instant Ink program is a monthly service jumping on the subscription bandwagon, similar to Netflix, Amazon's Subscribe and Save, etc. And with it, they are reinventing the way customers buy ink. HP is finally offering their ink for a competitive price with this program, but after years of high cartridge prices, some customers are still understandably apprehensive, and many people remain reluctant to signing up on a monthly obligation, especially for a quiet printer that just sits there most of the time in this day and age. To be clear, printers are not entertainment or fun in the slightest, and your actual printer usage will vary considerably from month to month. Instead of buying and owning a cartridge outright and printing when needed, Instant Ink requires that you pay to print a predetermined amount of pages each month depending on what package you choose. These are special ink cartridges that are loaded to the maximum amount of ink and only work with the printer once the Instant Ink program is initiated. The program comes in different price points, so you can choose the plan that suits your printing volume the best. Most consumers will opt for the 50 or 100 page a month plans based on consumer survey data. Replacement cartridges get sent to you as your current cartridge hits empty. There is no long-term contract with HP Instant Ink, just a month-to-month commitment, so you can cancel at any time. But be sure to read up on how to cancel, as it can get tricky. And if your printing needs ever change, you can always upgrade or downgrade your plan. Regardless if you print in color or black and white, any page that comes out of your printer counts as one print. If you don't print your allotted pages amount every month, HP rolls over a select number of unused pages. What does HP Instant Ink Ready mean? You'll see the phrase HP Instant Ink Ready on most HP printers out in the market today. This only means that the printer can take HP Instant Ink cartridges. Older HP models aren't programmed to use HP Instant Ink cartridges, so you can't sign up for HP Instant Ink if it's for use on an older printer model. HP Instant Ink cartridges do not look like regular HP cartridges. Instant Ink cartridges can contain more ink than standard and even the high-yield XL HP ink cartridges. Replacement cartridges may take up to 10 days to arrive. When tested, an order of Instant Ink cartridges arrived relatively quickly for myself. A printed page may not be what you expect. HP defines a printed page as a page upon which any amount of ink is placed by your printer, meaning that if you print a page with just one line of text on it, it counts towards your monthly total. Does HP Instant Ink really save you money? It depends on what you print and how often. If you are able to comfortably stay within HP's monthly preset page limit and don't mind being tired to the whims of their subscription service, it might make sense for you. Keep in mind, anything you print counts as one printed page, so if your printing needs change from month to month, you'll need to stay on top of your subscription and map out your expected print volume in advance. And if you don't print that often, paying a monthly fee for access to a seldom used service isn't ideal. Instant Ink is definitely cheaper than buying most original HP ink cartridges every few months, but if you print a lot, a laser printer or an ink tank printer might be a better fit for you. Laser printers and ink tank printers can cost a bit more up front but they print thousands of pages and you don't have to worry about counting each page. Your printer must be connected to the internet to accurately monitor your use. HP's Instant Ink cartridges are designed to communicate directly with your printer to accurately track page usage and ink levels. If you decide to terminate the program in the first year, you will likely have to pay back for the first 3 or 4 months they provided you the free ink. Be forewarned and watch out for the fine print before you subscribe. Oh, these special Instant Ink cartridges will need to be shipped back to HP as well. They cannot be refilled and will not function in the printer once the Instant Ink program is deactivated. However, Instant Ink Ready cartridges can sometimes be refilled and will function in the printer. Results will vary. Based on my own experience and after being in the Instant Ink program myself for 3 years, if you only print once or twice a month, for example 15, maybe 20 pages, or only print for a major holiday or special event during the year, then you are far better off with refilling your regular ink cartridges or purchasing aftermarket third-party cartridges online from a reputable vendor. On the other hand, if you run a business and print in excess of 600 pages a month on average, then moving to a black and white laser printer is usually the most economical choice. To see a full list of HP's latest Instant Ink equipped printers, refer to HP's web link in the description below. For additional printer usage and troubleshooting tips, for example observed cartridge problem or printer failure error messages, refer to my other videos.